Hello. A short video about my running practice. And I called it meditative running because basically this is what works for me. Beforehand, I'm not a fan of running. I don't have a real running practice. So it's also my plan to build this up a little bit more. And what I try to do, and what works very well for me, is to make it effortless. And this is how I do it. Um, I run like a very short period and then repeat it more often per week. So start like 3 times per week, but this could easily be done every day. And this is about priority. It takes from door to door, so going away and back like 20 to 30 minutes. And I believe that time is priority, if you know what I mean. So if it is higher on my priority list, I will make half an hour per day to do this. And if it's lower on my priority list, I don't, basically. Yeah, so time is priority. No time, the excuse of no time means it's not high on my priority list. So I live near the Vondelpark here in Amsterdam, and I do like not even a large round. A large round is like 3.5 kilometers, like a little bit more than 2 miles. I do like the short round, 1.5 mile. And I run like very slow. Basically, I watch my breath. I breathe in and out through the nose, and like in chunks of 4 in and 4 out. So like in, out, 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 in, out, out. And this synchronizes with my steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in, 1, 2, 3, 4 out. Now, after like 5 minutes, so it's like a 20 minutes run, and I run like 8 kilometers per hour. So if you have a huge ego, this is not the way to run, because everybody passes you by. Children on bicycles. Like today there was this guy who ran like twice as fast as I did. So if you want to be the fastest, this is not your practice, basically. But if you want to build this up effortlessly and make your energy and your blood flow and your neurotransmitters and your happy hormones like spike, this is the way for me, basically. So I run like I stick to my nose in, nose out, and that 4 tung, tung, tung in and tung, 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 tung out. If at a certain moment, like after 5 minutes, I start sweating, and then after like 10 minutes, I have like a breath where I breathe in and I have to breathe out through the mouth. This is the moment where I slow down a little bit and keep on running. So I stick to my breath and run like really like a low pace. And what happens sometimes, especially if you do this like 3 times a week or like 5 times a week or even every day, it becomes a habit, and it becomes like really cool to do, and like you feel really good. And what happens, like if you do this more often, is that at the end you're still breathing that nose in, nose out, but you're running like 12 kilometers an hour instead of 8. So in miles, it's like 8 kilometers is like 5-6 miles per hour. It's like extremely slow. And 12 is like pretty good pace. So that's like 8 miles an hour, right? So you start slow, and if your breath, your health, how you feel today allows it, you end like really fast. And this is the opposite of what we normally do, right? We start running, and then at a certain moment, oh, I've had it. And well, anyway, meditative running. This is how I ran like 1/2 a marathon in my life. This is how I practiced, and then eventually I ran up to 7 kilometers. So a half a marathon is 21 kilometers, and I stick to that meditative running. And then when I ran my half marathon, I had like an extreme breathing session beforehand, like almost 1.5 hours. And I ran this half a marathon. This was like a peak performance for me. Like I pushed it basically, but I'm kept on conscious breathing and stuff like that. I ran this half a marathon within 2 hours for the first time in my life. And the practice was not more than 7 kilometers and only meditative running. So if you work with these baby steps, you get to peak perform and do much more than you think you can, basically. Anyway, my plan was to make this a very short video. That has been a little bit long. Well, 5 minutes, still cool. Let me know if this works, because if you want to start running, this might be the way. But also if you have like an extreme running practice, I would build this in like once in a while. Would love to hear your comments on this. And if you like this free content, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that little bell and notification button so you can be annoyed every time I post a video. Thank you. Wish you a great day. Bye bye.